Please welcome Kay Brilliant for today's message and meditation. You are welcome in advance. Well, let's see. Let's do this first. Down here. I want to welcome everybody this morning. I like to do this, and the last time we did it was at Christmas time, and we celebrated Hanukkah with Hana. And it was just a very emotional, unexpected, and wonderful experience. So I'm pleased to have you with us again today, Hana. It's always a good omen for me if you're here. Before we begin, I want to remind you that the Unity World Day of Prayer is September the 10th, and that is an annual event sponsored by the Unity Village, which is the headquarters for the Unity Movement. And they do 24 hours of prayer, and Unity of Las Cruces will do a portion of that. So we will begin here at 9:30. And we will do 2 hours of 3 hours, 9:30 to 12:30, here in this sanctuary. And then we will take a little break and go over to the annex from 1:30 to 3:30-ish. The purpose of the day is to spend silence and quiet time in prayer. And what we do is we ask people to submit names, conditions, or circumstances on which we may pray. So on your clipboard today, you will find part of what we're going to do later, but there's also the prayer request form. So beginning August 1st, we're saving all the words and all of the names from the month of August, and then all of the names and all of the words that you want from here until September the 10th. Those will be prayed over, and so we encourage you, as usual, to please fill out a prayer request form. We don't need anything more than somebody's first name. We don't need the reason you are submitting prayer. Please never hesitate to put your own name down. I do it every week. I need prayer all the time because God is good all the time. Any circumstances on which you wish for us to pray, please add those. I almost always put peace in the world because I believe that is where my energy is needed. So starting today, we appreciate listing, and you can turn them into the prayer box or you can put them in the offering bag whenever it's time, okay? In addition, on your clipboard, she says that she can't find the one she has, is a nice blue piece of paper that says Unity Principles. And so today's lesson is going to be about this wonderful board that we set here every week and almost never look at. Hello? All right. It's okay. I'm good. I'm not going to wander. So today we're going to examine the 5 principles on which Unity teachings were based. The Fillmores did not begin their work with church. The Fillmores did not believe that the work that they were doing in the late 1800s would ever manifest itself in what we have here, the building, the congregation, the music. Their work began with prayer, just simple prayer. They were this is the important part, they were radical believers who were with many others disillusioned with the formality of worship and many rules that were placed on believers in organized religious settings. They were, along with Emerson and Thoreau and many other speakers and poets, They were feeling the unjust treatment of the world. Now remember, this is post-Civil War. And a lot of changes going on. This should all sound familiar, like today's kind of like it. There were lots of things that were shifting. The cultures were changing. Freedom was new and then felt like it was being taken back. There were lots of things going on in the environment. In this particular group, and there were many, it wasn't just the Fillmores, there were lots of people who found that examining their own belief system brought them great solace. And they also believed in deep faith in prayer. So, in particular, Charles and Myrtle found prayer and science to be an avenue for creating and practicing what we now know as those principles under which this movement was designed. In our opening, we always say unity is a practical approach to Christianity. So they never denied the presence of the Christian faith. What they didn't care for was how it was being delivered and felt as if it wasn't very useful for just Sunday. There is nothing magic about this work. It seems pretty simple on the surface, and it can be when we are in the flow. This is the part that I think makes it complicated. There is no one more responsible for my spiritual growth than me. And all the flaws that go with that, all the bumps in my life, all the choices I make, the joy that I experience, the happiness in my world, is my own responsibility, as much as I'd love to point somewhere. It's just not true. On your clipboards is a copy of the current version of the principles. I say that because they have been updated numerous times with language that is more fitting for the day, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Now, this is going to be an interactive exercise. So, suspend judgment. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly run through the 5 and give a brief definition, not required because you all can read them and put your own definition in. But I'm going to do it anyway because several years of teaching middle school reminds me I should say it more than once. When we complete this, then you will see a series of slides because today I'm going to show you or demonstrate that the beliefs in the 5 principles that are listed here exist in social media. So we're going to see how this works. It'll be interactive because I'm going to ask you to participate with your voices. Use your voice. So you'll notice that this says, the first one says God is, meaning that there is only one presence and power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Now, that's Kay's version. You can have your own. That's not what this is, but that's what it means. I am. Now, everybody here that's ever been here when Jennifer is here knows that we say, I am. And then we fill it with the proper back into that sentence, right? I am God's perfect child. I am well and whole. I am prosperous. I have abundance. Those are affirmative. I work very hard at never saying I am and then something negative. So you'll see that as we get into the default of living these things, we quit saying things like, I am sorry. Something didn't go well, say, I apologize. But you are not, I am not, a word called sorry. I may apologize for something that didn't go correctly, but I am never that negative word. I bet I've never said in the last 15 years I am sick. I just quit saying it. Now, I don't say it about anybody here either. If you're not feeling well or you have a diagnosis, but I never say you are or I am. So I never own, and it's a practice. It's what makes it the default. I am, two very important words. Stay conscious of it. I think it, We co-create our life experiences through our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. Now, this book study group is using the universe as calling. And I bet 900 times already we've heard, you think about it and then you bring it. So you are your thoughts. You manifest from your thoughts. I think it. So I pray for peace and I think peace. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with my government, not, right? Let it begin with me. I pray it. Very important part of the unity movement. Affirmative prayer and meditation heightens our connection to God-mind to bring forth good. Always present, God presence is always available. When I am in prayer, when I am still, when I meditate, that increases connection. Connection's always there. That radio is always on. When I pray and meditate, I fine-tune the channel. It's easy for me to use analogies because sometimes I can't see the sea. It's all invisible to me, so I try to put a story with it. Affirmative prayer and meditation heightens the connection to God-mind to bring forth good. There's a purpose for doing this. And then, bless us all, we try to live it. It is the default behavior. Knowing spiritual truth is not enough. In other words, I can't just hold it here, and I can't just love it here. I have to do it here. I have to words, actions, attitudes, approaches, my daily thought, words, and deeds are connected to the real who I am. My default behavior. There is something uncomfortable in my life. I get to choose how I respond. And my default behavior is, on a good day, in the flow. And that might include letting go. It might mean going to prayer. It might mean taking a nap. It could be a lot of things. Most of the time, for me, it's action. So here's what we're going to do. We have a whole bunch of slides. We'll go through them fairly quickly. If it gets too late, we'll just skip to the fun ones at the back. And what I'm going to show you, I want you to look at the 5 principles and just say out loud. You're going to say, God is. You're going to say, I am. You're going to say, I think it, I pray it, I live it. Depending on what the words say, and there's no judgment. Do it any variety whatever speaks to you. Okay, ready? My lovely assistants over here are going to put these. Oh, that is God is. I took a walk yesterday morning early, and that's what the sky looked like. It was in the western sky, which is a pretty rare occasion here, because we usually get rainbows in the eastern sky after the rain in the afternoon. But this was first thing in the morning. So that, for me, is God is. Okay, let's go to the next one. And that says, each affirmation helps build up a substantial, firm, blah, blah, blah. What is that? Look at your cheat sheet, blue. I think it, or I pray it, I live it. See, there's a whole variety of things that a statement like this could include of our 5 principles. Keep going. Next. I go within and connect with that part of me that knows how to heal. I am. Next. What I bless expands in peace, purpose, and joy. I live it. Others? I pray it. Okay, go. Peace begins with me and flows into all I do. I pray it. I am. I live it. Okay, keep going. In quietness and confidence, I affirm the drawing power of divine love as my magnet of constantly increasing supply. God is. I pray. What law does this demonstrate? We just did this at our book study. Attraction, right? As I give, so I receive. Keep going. The energy you bring into the room matters. Ooh, make it a good one. I am. I live it. How many of you have had that experience when you've walked in and you're not quite in the flow and you're kind of cranky and thanks, Dave. and you know, you get to make a choice. I get to make a choice when I'm not in the flow about how I demonstrate that. Courage. Through the power of God within me, I have the courage to rise to challenges. Keep alert, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. That's Corinthians. What does that demonstrate on these 5? I live it. God is. I am. There we go. This was the daily word on Wednesday, and we had not had a conversation about courage. We'd had a conversation about strength. There's a slightly different connotation to the word courage. It's like you have to demonstrate it. It isn't just about feeling strong or having faith, but it's actually the stuff. Right? Okay. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. Thank you, Rumi. See, that's long before the Fillmores or anybody else was even around. So what is that of the 5 principles? I am. God is. Okay. I share my peace with the world. That was a daily word. I am. I live it. Good. As we go through these, you should see that there are many of them that are impactful. I trust that the universe gives me exactly what I need, exactly at the right time. Everything works out perfectly. God is. I think it. I also live it. If I am acting in this consciousness, then I get the stuff when I need it at the perfect time. That other one was just a little bit more about faith in my reading of it. Here's Charlie. This is Charles Fillmore. He just had a birthday. I don't remember how old he is, but old. 100, yeah, well past 100. They lived long lives. That should not come as any surprise since they were healers. Right? Bless what you receive, bless what you send out. God's plenteous substance moves in and through our mind constantly, like a light shining in the darkness, but we do not comprehend it. What do you think? Live it. God is. I think it. The Fillmores had Charles in particular, had a real handle on the science part of this. He always equated spirit with things like electricity or power, kind of the invisible stuff. Myrtle's kind of piece was about prayer and healing. And together they made this really dynamic thing that we do all the time. Okay. The truth I know becomes the life I live when I walk it with love. I live it. I am. This is the action part. Okay? I'm in love with this quote. Your future is shaped by the habits you repeat, not by the goals you set. I live it. I think it. I am. The difference there being how I live repeatedly. How I live repeatedly gets me to the goals I set, right? So the goals are not the action. The goal is the gift. Sometimes, well, this will be familiar, sometimes what didn't work out for you really worked out for you. Somebody sang a song, I think it was Garth Brooks, who said, "Thank God for unanswered prayers," right? Sometimes our human part is so determined to have something and control it, and we're supposed to have it, and we're supposed to need it, and then this happens, and guess what? It's to our benefit that we didn't get it. I have stories, lots, about what I thought was mine to have, or mine to do, which was even worse, and it wasn't mine to do. I am the light of God in expression. This one's an easy one. God is. I live it. And what's the first two words? I am. Okay. Next. This I love, this concept. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Right? I have everything I need. I am everything that I am. I am not the representation of just a piece. I am the whole package. I am the whole thing. Thank you. This one came up the other day, and I just loved it because you can see there's a lot of New Testament there, but take a peek. The New Testament isn't the only place where the declaration of love one another is exclusive to the transition from Old Testament to New Testament, which we attribute to Jesus. It was going on long before that, and it's quoted in the Bible several times before the New Testament. Love one another all the time. God is good all the time. It doesn't say love one another if they're short and cute like me. Right? I love people who are tall and not like me, because love one another is a rule. It's a law. It's a way of living. I just thought this was just a wonderful demonstration of that. Okay, next. If it's meant to be, it will be. You don't have to, this is for Kay specifically. You don't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. It doesn't look like my calendar, so it must not be right. The need for us, I'll just say it for myself, the need for me is to try and control as much of the world as I can. This fits me. Let it go. Give it a break. Time belongs to everybody. The flow and the unfolding of everyone's life is at its own learning, its own pace. And so is mine. So when I feel all wrapped up in what's going on, this is for me. Might be for you. I'm praying. And now, this one's really important. Never be too good to be a little naughty. Yeah, that's live it. You betcha. That is live it. This is a nice demonstration of the humor and the recognition that, you know, we slip, we go jumping in the mud when we're wearing a pretty tutu, whatever you're wearing. And it's okay. Forgiveness is a huge part of our belief system. Right? When you look at a field of dandelions, you can either see hundreds of weeds or thousands of wishes. Oh, how I live, how I think, how I am. And we're back to that darned old thing. It's my choice. Some days everything looks like weeds. But this is a reminder. Dandelions aren't just weeds. They're tons and thousands of wishes. Keep going. I think with intention, and my life answers with possibilities. Right? I am. I meditate. I pray. Keep going. I release the habit of lack and make room for holy possibility. There is no lack. When we remember that the source is unlimited, always available, and I'm not talking about money in particular. When we are grateful for companionship, when we are grateful for the things that we have, for we are thankful and grateful for the existence that we have, that only opens the door to even more. When I close up and say I cannot, or I say no, that puts limitations on me. The exercise is to not let that be the dominant thinking in my life. I have access to everything I need all the time. This is my friend Eric Butterworth. He says, Jesus dared to teach that spiritual principles could be used by all people, and that the emphasis of true religion must be upon the individual, upon you. So we were just studying this, that Jesus was really a radical. I mean, he was a Jewish boy. All of the images that you just got when I said that are probably true for him, right? He had a mother, a Jewish mother. Does that do something to you? It does to me. But what he brought into this world, into this thinking, is that it wasn't just something that he held that was special just to him. As a matter of fact, the New Testament is full of all kinds of things declaring what he had, I have. What he can do, I can do, and even more. His knowledge of source, God, spirit, whatever word you choose to use, was so intimate that he could manifest it. And that's what the stories are about. Thank you. I allow myself to succeed. I am far more than my past limited thinking. I am, out of the 5 principles, and how I act. I act like I am more than my past limited thinking. Keep going. Help someone even if you know they can never help you back. No. Be loving. Be kind. Be the living Spirit of God in your daily actions. And then notice when you are and say thank you. Notice. Pay attention. When you are happy, you're on the happiness frequency. And also on that frequency are the following: prosperity, abundance, joy, peace, fulfillment, clarity, and joy, just to name a few. So when you are in a higher consciousness, those things are always just available. You just pick them. They're all on that same frequency as happiness. So why would we not want to be happy? Because all that other stuff is there too. And it doesn't say clap your hands, but it always makes me think of that. Keep going. Oh, this is really important. To improve your day, do not watch the news and stay off the bathroom scale. That is really good advice. Keep going. We're getting to the end. The answers you are seeking are within you. The answers that I am seeking are within me. They are within you. They are within us. Now, this would be me on a good day, right? Hurry up, come on, peace. I don't have all day. Yep, I recognize, right? So the practice isn't about sitting quietly for 5 or 10 minutes. The practice is being conscious all the time. If you make time, as Reverend Jennifer would say, 5 minutes to just get still. Don't even name it. You don't say it's meditation. Don't say it's prayer. Just be still and make that connection. Now, I found all of these on Facebook. So the internet is actually filled with this stuff. Of course, the analog that knows me now gives me all this all of the time. Just like God gives us all the time. God is good all the time. Okay, let's have a few moments of quiet. And as we go into what we will call meditation, close your eyes if it's comfortable. Become still. And let go. Oh, put those shoulders down. Unclench your teeth. Loosen those face muscles. Just get quiet. And in the silence, know the following statements. God is. I am. I think it. I pray it. I live it. And all is well. And as we come back into this setting, this time, this space, we're filled with gratitude and love and peace. And we are ever, ever grateful. We say thank you. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and open your eyes when you are ready. And we welcome Hana for our special music.
Check 1, check 2. Laughing in the kitchen, cracking jokes and doing dishes in my favorite summer dress. And I couldn't hide that I liked you the best, and I catch you looking at me. And now we're walking by the water, both bracing for the slaughter. You say love ain't always kind, and in truth I had the same thing on my mind. But I trust the hand that pulls me to where we meet. Let me spend my days with you. Something between us growing, the whole world set in motion. A lane is underfoot. We're planting flowers and we're walking in the woods. And we don't say much, but we both know this is good. And we don't wanna jinx it. And I'm fighting with my troubles, and I'm picking through the rubble. You say we can't heal like this. I always was one of those that don't know when to quit. But you go easy, 'cause you know we're both still kids, and we're still going through it. So would you walk with me, my winding streets? And can I swim with you, your ocean blue? And in the give and take of where we meet, let me spend my days with you. Something between us frozen. This old world keeps on going, and they do return the rains, and our world grows green again. Some subtle hand by which we've rearranged our dreams, that they might fit together, that they might bear the weather. Now we're laughing in the kitchen, cracking jokes and doing dishes. And how the years go by, and how strong I have grown, standing by your side, just as steady and as changing as the tide is the love that guides us. So would you walk with me, my winding streets? And can I swim with you, your ocean blue? And in the give and take of where we meet, oh, let me spend my days with you. Oh, let me spend my days with you.
Thank you, Hannah. We are truly blessed.
I am so blessed to get to join you all, and I have a little gift for anyone that wants it. That song is recorded on a CD, and if anybody wants it, I'm just giving them for
Yay.
free. If you have a CD player, you're welcome to come find me, and I'll just hand you one.
Terrific. Thank you.